Now, a talking point on the right is that we got to cut corporate taxes because they're too high and people are taking their corporate business offshore to where more friendly taxes. So we have to bring the American corporate tax system in line with the rest of the world. Right now, it's way too high. It's in the upper 30s. Now, we know that the economy is rigged, and so is the tax system. So what does that mean, Jim? You mean corporations don't pay that high a tax rate? No, they don't. Lots of corporations pay zero taxes when they make billions of dollars. We've showed you that before. Well, and people talk about the effective corporate tax rate. What does that mean? That means the rate that they actually pay after they take all their deductions and loopholes and all that stuff. What do they pay? Well, guess who's going to tell us? Lou Dobbs. Lou Dobbs actually accidentally, he gets so frustrated with Donald Trump and these knuckleheads he's talking to on Fox News, he actually tells the truth about the corporate tax rate. You ready? Here it comes.
You don't want specificity. As we've heard about them so far in this speech that's coming up. Yeah. He's talking about a corporate tax rate of 15%, which obviously takes it down from 35%, which in sense.
So that they're saying Donald Trump, because his new economic policies or his proposals is to take the corporate tax rate down to 15%. And here's Lou Dobbs.
But let's get into this. If you want specificity, what is the effective corporate rate in this country? It's not 35%, it's 17. Are we supposed to get in a marching band and, march to
doesn't the effective rate go way down if you reduce the...
So because of Donald Trump, he said this is Donald Trump's doing that gets Lou Dobbs to say this. Trump is even accidentally crumbling the right-wing economic sandcastle of bullshit. I know that's a mixed metaphor, but we're in a mixed economy. So these are some of the good things happening with Trump, right? It's getting Lou Dobbs to tell the truth about the corporate tax rate on Fox frickin' News, which is something.
Rate on top from 35 to 15.
Not if you eliminate if you eliminate deductions and loopholes.
We don't know that he's going to do that.
He actually has. He's going to do that. No, he actually said that he's going to eliminate a bunch of
the news media has to get real. It's a 17%.
He's saying this on Fox News. He's saying this on Fox News. Why don't you go on the cooking channel and say, we got to rein in salt? Really, this is too much.
Ease up on the spices.
Come on.
Too much. People can't take it.
You're on Fox News. Get real. Again, it's been clinically proven, scientifically proven, the more you watch Fox News, the less informed you are, which means it's not news. That's what that means. It means that they're pushing something else. Misinformation, which means it's propaganda. It's not a news channel. So there you go. I love how he says, but Lou Dobbs is probably like, what are the corporations complaining about? They have flat screen televisions and microwave ovens.
So I'm gonna title this video, Lou Dobbs wants to retire early.
Because he keeps saying stuff like this. Yeah, you get rid of
you. Tell the truth on Fox News, you're out of a job. Next thing you know, he's going to be talking about how Roger Ailes tried to get him to
shine his balls.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
An effective corporate rate. It's not 35. So what are we talking about? If you want specificity, let's get into it.
What about proposing a regulatory pause? That sounds pretty exciting to me. I mean,
So now she pivots to total another. What about a regulatory pause?
Which is insane.
We don't need to keep on top of regulations. This idea that an unregulated economy is the best economy. You know what an unregulated economy leads to? The Cuyahoga River catching on fire. That's what it leads to. You know what else it leads to? It leads to lead in drinking water. You know what else? That's what it leads to. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, you just don't get rid of the rules.
The rules
for what? That's
for an economy.
That's what the premise of the movie The Purge. I don't know if you're familiar.
I haven't seen it.
It's like for 24 hours or 12 hours, no laws ever. So people just go on these murder rampages. It's a stupid movie. But that's it.
Well, this is also back to
it's just as idiotic is what she's saying, though. But they just came up with some Frank Lunzian word, regulatory pause. Oh, yeah, well, of course I'm for that. Of course,
regulatory pause.
No. How safe would you feel if they're like, no speed limit between 12 and 2 o'clock? Everybody just do whatever you want. any side of the road.
I think what she's saying is a regulatory pause on new regulations. Like, I think maybe that's not like a purge thing.
Because I saw the Trump speech. I assumed he meant we just cut it all off and then start fresh.
I think he might mean that. You know what? It's that's the thing. That sounds crazy, but it's not something too crazy for Trump to say. So yeah, he might have. I
don't like to assume the worst on someone, but with Trump, you should.
But what she's also doing here is that thing about that somehow economies exist naturally in nature.
Right.
They don't. Economies are invented by men. Right? So whoever invents them gets to write the regulations. And who you think writes? There's got to be some kind of rules, right? And so whoever writes them is usually the... So that's all pretend. The free market wasn't invented by Jesus Christ.
What?
It wasn't. The free market is invented by guys with stuff to sell. So it's not even, it doesn't exist in nature. So just it's a thing, and it's invented by men, and all a market is rules. That's all it is. Okay. So let's keep going.
Has been one of the main things that has held back corporations and especially small business owners.
That's it. You hit on it exactly, Melissa. It's holding back small businesses. That is one of the biggest barriers to entry for people in this country who have great ideas but cannot get the capital to realize them.
So she just said it's safety regulate. This is talk about mixing ideas, and she said that it's too many safety regulations that's crippling small business that they can't get the funding. Which is it? They can't get funding to start their business, or once they get the funding, the safety regulations crush them. So they're just talking. She's just smushing talking points. I don't think any of them knows anything about what they're talking about. Lou Dobbs knows that they don't know anything about what they're talking about, which is why he's a little frustrated, and he accidentally screwed up and told the truth.
Start these new businesses. That's what has to happen in this country.
All regulation.
So they can...
Everything. Safety regulation, food safety regulation, everything.
Safe. I don't need any more safety from the government.
So you want to limit...
I don't need any more safety from the government. No. But you need the military to keep you safe, but just not anything else. Yeah. I'd like an order of fries with a side of salmonella. Could you give me some salmonella in my food, please? I would like some.
Blowing up Muslim weddings keeps us safe. What? Keeping salmonella out of the chicken... Don't need it.
Little dysentery in your water? Yeah. What's the big deal?
We'll leave it up to the free market in my stomach.
Can you blow up the dysentery with a bomb? Then we're not doing anything about it. This is like you could not do a sketch that was more of a parody than this is already a parody of a parody. This is unbelievable.
It's self-parody, yeah.
Yeah. Well, all regulations. Like, that's something you would say in the middle of an improv sketch.
Right.
That you were mocking them. You go, let's get rid of all regulations. And it would get a huge laugh. But there's no audience there, so you don't hear the laugh. And they're trying to be serious. Jesus Christ almighty. Oh. Regulations are holding back businesses with great ideas but can't get capital because of safety. They can't get capital because of safety regulations. Is there anything more?
It has kept me as safe as I possibly need to be.
We're going to go back to the jungle. We're going to be grinding up body parts and hot dogs.
We don't need anything new.
That's what he's proposing. That's what we're going to be doing.
No.
There's specificity, by golly.
We're not adding anything extra.
I just hope he hasn't in any way distanced himself from any element of Senator Jeff Sessions' thinking.
So the guy who accidentally tells the truth puts a button on it with, I hope he listens to this maniac, Jeff Sessions.
Well, I'm just disappointed Lou Dobbs didn't get the dress code memo. He should be wearing a dress with a short skirt, and he should have his legs crossed with some flesh-toned heels. It's sad.
There you go. When it comes to economic reality, Donald Trump is one massive loophole.